Well, hey, happy Sunday, and welcome to Dave's After Hours Trivia Club. We're broadcasting live from the cozy corners of Curiosity Central here in the beautiful upstate of South Carolina. Grab your favorite drink, find a comfy spot, and settle in. Tonight isn't just about trivia, it's about curiosity, memory, and the thrill of discovering something you didn't know that you already knew. We like to mix things up with a dash of fun, a pinch of nostalgia, and just enough mystery to keep you guessing. We do usually go live on Sundays with After Hours Trivia Club, and also most Wednesdays with our new Curiosity Corner variety show. Both of them are at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, so mark your calendars and don't be a stranger. While our robots do the painting, I'll serve up the clues. That means you guys will do the guessing in the chat. Tonight's categories are the top 20 Robert Redford movies in tribute to Robert Redford's passing, the top 20 time travel movies or TV series, movies and TV series of all time. That should be fun. And then third up will be the top 20 deadliest sea creatures. There's some surprises in there. And hey, don't forget to visit davidhansonart.com to snag some of the art from tonight's show. See all this cool art? Yeah, that's available at davidhansonart.com as wall art and various merchandise items. Now do say hi in the chat. Throw out your this is where you'll be throwing out your wild guesses. Of course, you can just hang out and enjoy the ride if you prefer. Let's see who's in the house. Aria's in the house. Hey, Sandy's here. Good to see you again, Sandy. Been a while. Good to see you. You guys ready to do it? Let's queue up our first round and fire up the robots. We're going to be doing Robert Redford. That should be fun. All right, here we go. Alrighty now. Y'all know the rules. Robots do the painting, you do the guessing, and I do try to give you some clues that may be helpful once in a while along the way. Now, these are the top 20 movies, and they're Robert Redford movies, and that means it could be him acting or maybe just directing. There's a couple where he was just directing, and then there are some that he was acting and directing. So number 20. This time our star trades the open range for a razor wire skyline. He plays a decorated general who refuses to salute corruption. The setting is a military prison where morale is low and tempers run high. Military prison. He organizes inmates with precision that would make a drill sergeant easy. Think Warden versus Warrior. with dignity as the secret weapon. All right, does anybody remember this one? He plays a prison warden, I think. or or something like that. Anybody remember this movie? James Gandolfini gives formidable pushback as the warden. Oh, James Gandolfini is the warden, and Robert Redford's the prisoner. The supporting cast includes a very young Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk. Anybody remember this one at all? Number 20 from Robert Redford Movies. This one's called The Last Castle. The Last Castle. This was from 2001. Once again, James Gandolfini and Mark Ruffalo joined him in the cast. All right, they get easier. That was probably the most obscure. Number 19. All right, sequins meet sagebrush in this neon-tinged caper. Our lead is a rodeo star who has seen better days and brighter boots. A reporter gets pulled along when a corporate mascot goes off script. The mission becomes liberating a famous horse from its marketing leash. So clever. Jane Fonda rides shotgun while the desert steals the scenes. Anybody remember the name of this movie? I think I saw this back in the day. This is all the way back in 1979, if that's helpful at all. Country icon Willie Nelson makes a memorable early acting turn in this movie. No, it's not. Hang on to that answer, Sandy. This is not The Horse Whisperer. It does have something to do with horses, though. Icon Willie Nelson makes a memorable early acting turn. Swing fully engaged. This was called The Electric Horseman. Sound familiar at all? The Electric Horseman, Jane Fonda. There you go, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie Haskell. It's great to have Eddie Haskell in the house. We're not doing 1950s sitcoms tonight, Eddie, but, that's okay. You're welcome. All right, let's do number 18. Before cyber was cool, this crew was already testing locks you cannot see. A freelance team legally breaks into systems to expose their flaws. This sounds like it predicted the future. The cast is a who's who. Sidney Poitier, Dan Aykroyd, River Phoenix, and Mary McDonnell. Quite the cast. 1992, if that's helpful. 1992. When you can hear every secret, trust becomes the rarest commodity. A mystery black box promises to crack codes like eggs. I think that's Dan Aykroyd on the right there. That's our boy Robert in the middle, Bob, as he's known to his friends. Yeah, Sidney Poitier, Dan Aykroyd, River Phoenix. That must be River Phoenix on the left, I think. Anybody remember this? Yeah, Cindy. Very good. I remember this. This was pretty good. Sneakers. 1992, though, so it is now back up big. Ben Kingsley plays an old friend turned elegant adversary. That sounds interesting. All right, now this next one, he is the director. He was not in the movie. And this is from all the way back in 1988. Okay, that helps. The director's chair is the star's saddle in this one. A tiny New Mexico town becomes ground zero for a water rights dust up. One stubborn farmer irrigates his beans and sparks an unlikely movement. I remember this movie. Magic, I couldn't understand. Magic, myth, I guess I should say. Magic, myth, and municipal meetings mingle like salsa ingredients. Yeah, this did have a south of the border flair. Development versus dignity turns into a whimsical standoff. Comedic elements in this one. The film weaves political satire with folklore touches, which is a signature mix for Redford when he's behind the camera. Political satire with folkloric touches. Yes, it is something about a bean field. You are right. It is the Milagro Beanfield War. The Milagro Beanfield War. There you go. You kind of had it. There you go. You know how it works. They get easier as we go down the list because we're doing a countdown. Down to the number 1 Robert Redford movie. Number 16. After the Great War, some pilots still crave the sky's applause. A barnstormer chases fame from hayfields to Hollywood. Real biplanes and daredevil stunts make the clouds feel close enough to touch. Remember this one? Showmanship and risk go wingtip to wingtip. Remember this one? This one has an interesting title too, for sure. The title character would happily autograph your parachute mid-air. Okay, Eddie. Well, yes. Do we have a more complete answer, perhaps? You are correct. We'll give you credit. Waldo Pepper, but what's the actual name of the movie? Anybody remember that? Now, this was directed by George Roy Hill, and it reunites Redford with the filmmaker behind several of his classics. This is 1975. 1975. And yeah, thank you, Ed. Thank you. We get very picky around here. This is the great Waldo Pepper. Just joking. Good job. Can't remember. Let's see. Eddie Haskell was Wally's best friend, right? Always getting in trouble, that Eddie Haskell. All right, number 15. You'll know this one. Civilization gets traded for solitude and a very big coat. A former soldier, that's right, he always wears a big coat in this movie. A former soldier heads into the Rockies seeking quiet self-reliance. The conditions are harsh, the neighbors prickly, the vista's sublime. Survival turns into legend as the man becomes a myth. If Grizzlies had IMDb pages, this film would be on them. Very good, Sandy. You are correct. So kind of a funny story, you know, as I'm looking for pictures to illustrate this movie, the one keeps showing up of Zach Galifianakis or whatever his name is, Zach, when he does a Jeremiah Johnson imitation in a meme. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Look that up. All I could find was his picture. I couldn't find Robert Redford's picture. Jeremiah Johnson is correct. Sidney Pollack and Redford craft a near wordless rhythm that lets the landscape speak volumes. There it is. Beautiful landscapes. All right, let's move on. Number 14 on the Robert Redford Top 20 movie list. This one's from 1998. Keeling arrived on horseback with a brimmed hat and patient eyes. After a terrible riding accident, a family seeks help for girl and gelding. A reserve trainer mends trauma with empathy and time. Kristen Scott Thomas. Oh, you know this one. Very good, Sandy. Kristen Scott Thomas and a young, very young Scarlett Johansson share the emotional reins. The Wide Open West doubles as a therapist's office. Yes, it was a little too deep for me, for sure. Redford directs and stars, balancing quiet intimacy with painterly vistas. So he's got painterly vistas going. And look at that young, right above me there. Right above me there. Very young Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. Horse Whisperer is correct. 1998. There he is whispering. Oh, he's whispering to Scarlett, though. Oh, well. All right, number 13 on the Robert Redford list is another one that he was the director in. I can't remember whether he made a cameo in this or not. The answer is less interesting than how they already knew it. A 1950s TV sensation hides a trivial secret. A golden boy ascends while another contestant senses the fix. Ethics, ambition, and image clash under studio lights. When the questions are scripted, so is the American dream. All right, does anybody remember this? Now this is a picture of him with the cats, and it's not actually from the film itself, but the three guys there are the stars of the movie. Yeah. Cindy, you're pretty good at these Robert Redford ones. Is he a favorite? Was he a favorite? It was sad he passed, but he was an elderly man. Yes, Redford directs an elegant slow burn. I love that clue. Slow burn about media temptation featuring Ralph Fiennes and John Turturro. And yes, Quiz Show is correct. 1994, in case you were wondering. 1994. Yeah. There he is, Bob. Nobody Bob. All right, number 12. You can't wait for the little video at the end of this one. Just telling you. Just say it. Dialogue takes a vacation. The ocean does all the talking. A solo sailor wakes to a hole in his hull in a very long day. Resourcefulness becomes a survival language of knots, flares, and charts. The sky is a ceiling you cannot fix, and time is a tide you cannot stall. I'm not sure what that means. It's a one-man performance that feels like a cast of thousands of waves. Wasn't called Alone, but it's something kind of like that. It's not called Alone, but it's kind of like that. How's that for a clue? J.C. Chandor's minimalist direction showcases Redford's physical and nearly wordless storytelling. So not many words and not many characters. Sounds boring. Anybody remember what this was called? This was in 2013, so it's not that long ago, really, in the scheme of things. All is lost. All is lost. I like Alone better. Okay. All right, number 11. I bet you know this. Opposites attract, politics disagree, sparks still fly. A socially conscious firebrand collides with a laid-back writer. College ideals give way to adult compromise and nostalgia. The romance lingers like a chorus you cannot stop humming. Pair Barbara Streisand with our leading man and cue the tear ducts. No, it's not called I Can't Remember. It's kind of like that, though. Sandy has it. It's just like I Can't Remember, only it's the way we were. This was the middle version. It's been done at least 3 times, maybe more. Can you name the other actors that have done this the other times? The Way We Were. This was 1973. However, it was done, I don't know, 10 years before that by a couple. No, this one's not. I don't have that one on the list, actually. Barefoot in the Park. I don't have that. This is Sidney Pollack, though, steers a love story that doubles as time capsule. There you go. You know, it's funny. I don't have Barefoot in the Park. It's not on the list. But this one is number 10, top 10 Bob Redford movies. A coffee farm blooms into an epic of love and loss. Now, I did like this movie. It was kind of like an adventure of a place I had never seen, so I liked it. A free-spirited hunter and a determined writer orbit each other. Colonial Kenya provides the landscapes as grand as the feelings. The score soars while reality grounds the romance. Meryl Streep, our leading man, make bittersweet feel inevitable. Inevitable. Okay, you guys know, yeah. No, Sandy, close. It's kind of like In Africa, only it's different than that. Actually, the opposite of that. The film won Best Picture with Sidney Pollack again at the helm for a sweeping old-school studio epic, and it was. There's a lot of things that are old-school Hollywood about this movie, but it was 1985. 1985. Meryl Streep and Bob Redford in Out of Africa. Out of Africa. There you go. Out of Africa. It's a cool movie. Yeah. There you go. Okay. You got it. All right, number 9. I kind of like this movie too. Reform is easy to promise and hard to practice, especially inside of the razor wire. So once again, a prison movie from a different angle. A new warden arrives with unconventional methods and a quiet anger. Corruption is so entrenched that truth needs camouflage. When he reveals who he really is, the system flinches. Justice wears work boots, not capes. Okay, anybody remember this one? I do. I like this movie also. 1980. So I've been still in college when this came out. The film riffs on real prison reform accounts, giving Redford a principled crusader to play. I think he's like investigating. He takes over in this, or the prison warden or something, and they discover all these bodies in the fields from the prisoners from the past. I don't know, sketchy deal. Brubaker is what it was called. Brubaker. 1980. Brubaker. Yeah. Robert Redford, looking very suave in that one. Okay, top 8. Top 8 Robert Redford movies. Here we go. If authenticity could run for office, this would be its campaign ad and a cautionary tale. A charismatic idealist reluctantly enters a Senate race. Consultants sand the edges until the message fits the poll. Winning starts to look suspiciously like losing yourself. Anybody remember the name of this movie? I think you can kind of remember it. But what was the name of it? 1972, all the way back. A young Robert Redford, or a younger Robert Redford. After the results, one line rings out, "What do we do now?" Did they win? I can't remember. Michael Ritchie's sharp satire feels ripped from today's headlines. Yes, it does. Anybody remember the one where he is running for office? Charismatic idealist reluctantly enters a Senate race. Anybody remember this one? Robert Redford movies. This one comes in at number 8 from 1972, called The Candidate. The Candidate. Yeah, there you go. Very realistic. All right, top 7. Here we go. Hang on to that one. Hang on to that one, Eddie. This was a cool one. Now, reading for a living turns out to be dangerous work. A low-level analyst steps out for lunch and comes back to silence. Paranoia becomes a survival skill when your agency stops taking your calls. Uh-oh. Faye Dunaway shares chilly frames and warmer complicity. Faye Dunaway. Trust no one, not even your phone. Once again, Sidney Pollack directs a cool New York sleek thriller with a conspiratorial heartbeat. Who remembers this one? I remember it. It was cool. A CIA movie, kind of. Nobody remembers? There's Robert Redford looking very 70s in this one, right? Got the hair going. 3 Days of the Condor. And if you haven't seen it, it's pretty cool. 3 Days of the Condor, 1975. Learn something every day on Dave's Curiosity Corner. That's right. All right. I think you'll probably remember this one. I like this one because I was kind of a sports guy, especially when this one came out. 1984. A mysterious slugger arrives late to destiny with his bat in his hand. Brad's in the house! Speaking of baseball, you got here just in time for baseball. Oh, this is your all-time favorite movie. Well, that's even better. Tall tales and floodlights turn baseball into American folklore. A legendary tree becomes Wonder Boy. I should have asked you what the name of the bat is, right? Very good. Eddie's got it too. Eddie Haskell. A legendary tree becomes Wonder Boy and stadiums glow like temples. Temptations circle the diamond as fame tests character. A certain light-shattering swing defines movie magic. Barry Levinson's Golden Hour mythology makes every at-bat feel like a prophecy. Yeah, it was kind of like that, right? Had this kind of mystical level. Yeah, everybody knows this one. Good. It is, you're correct. It is The Natural, 1984. There he is. I don't know if it was believable. I guess Robert Redford might have been a baseball player. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Well, we're into the rarefied air now. We're into the top 5 Robert Redford movies. So I think we're going to know all these. 2 outlaws banter their way across the West like stand-up comics with saddles. It was a lot of comedy. A posse refuses to be shaken even with clever detours. Raindrops fall, bicycles roll, and gunfire eventually answers. Ooh, Brad's got the quick internet. Brad's got that quick internet. Chemistry with Paul Newman crackles like a campfire. Bolivia awaits, along with a freeze frame for the ages. So I guess the ending of this thing was copied over and over again after this. Do you know this was all the way back in 1969? This movie was made? So funny story. I ended up moving to a place and lived there for quite some time in southern Utah where they filmed that scene, the bicycle riding around this little scene with the old schoolhouse and all that. The old house, an old schoolhouse. Raindrops are falling on your head. Yeah, I lived right by it. There you go. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid is, of course, correct. They turned a buddy western into a pop classic. They did. And, same guys. Number 4. When the con is art, the frame is everything. 2 grifters decide to out-scheme a dangerous mob boss. Ragtime piano and period threads set the mood. Yeah, you guys know this one, don't you? Brad, Eddie, very good, very good. The long con becomes a ballet of misdirection. Reunited with Newman, our star makes crime look charming. So this was 1973. So Butch Cassidy was 69. So everybody was kind of itching for this when it came out, right? This actually did win Best Picture. The film remains the gold standard for twisty capers. And you guys are correct. It is The Sting, 1973. The Sting. There he is. You guys got that one too quickly. That seems like that's got to be an auto response, Sandy. Hi. Hello. Okay, top 3. Let's do the top 3. What the heck? Huh? Let's do the top 3. Where's all our British folks tonight? You guys just lurking in the background? Don't know you're Robert Redford, do you? Cigarette was a little fat. Well, maybe it wasn't a cigarette, Brad. Maybe it was something from the old comedy duos. Okay, you guys know this one? Retirement does not suit a gentleman who treats bank robbery like a well-mannered hobby. This is 2018, so this is like his last movie. A string of polite stick-ups baffles law enforcement and beguiles the public. A detective starts to suspect he's chasing a legend who refuses to slow down. Now, Sissy Spacek brings warmth. Casey Affleck brings doggedness. Ben's brother, I guess, huh? As farewell roles go, this one tips its hat with a grin. Now, who knows? Who knows? I think this was his last movie, 2018. Sissy Spacek. David Lowery directs a breezy elegy about joyful doing the thing you love, however ill-advised it is. Remember the name of this? It's The Old Man and the Gun. Kind of a weird title. Old Man and the Gun. Okay, robots got it at number 3. There you go. Okay, top 2. And there I think we can agree. The Old Robber. Yes, I like that. I like your title better, Steve. You guys will know the top 2 here. A bungled break-in becomes the thread that unravels a presidency. 2 reporters follow money whispers and shoe leather to the truth. Parking garages turn into confessionals, phones into truck doors. Dustin Hoffman pairs with our lead man to form journalism's most dynamic duo. Right you are, Sandy. Right you are, Eddie. Woodward and Bernstein make deadlines feel like cliffhangers. Now, have you guys heard the All the President's Man is, of course, correct. Have you guys heard the story that maybe Richard Nixon was set up? Set up by the CIA? They wanted to get rid of him? Have you heard that story? That is a conspiracy theory that may be true. And Bob Woodward has been CIA ever since. No? You haven't heard that one. All the President's Man, 1976. Number 2 on the Bob Redford list. All right, that leaves one more. So what do you think is number 1 on the Robert Redford list? A family's picture-perfect frame cracks after unimaginable loss. No, not Barefoot in the Park, but, good guess. Grief becomes the uninvited roommate who rearranges everything. Therapy sessions probe silence and blame with scalpel care. You don't like the choice for number 1, huh? Performances from Mary Tyler Moore and Timothy Hutton devastate. The director behind the camera is our star, winning Best Director as the film wins Best Picture. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. All right, let's see, everybody knows. Redford's debut feature as a director showed a patient, humanist touch that would define his filmmaking voice. So there you go. Hey, Joe! Yeah, people. You are correct. Ordinary people. All right, well, we made it through the Robert Redford list. You guys did pretty well. You knew most of them. You knew most of them. Now, I don't know how good you guys are at lightning rounds, but we will do a quick lightning round for a 2-minute intermission. And the lightning round will be top 20 Western movies. So I don't know if any of you were around when we did the full feature of that, but we'll do a lightning round. We'll see how you do. you guys do? Get a few of those? Looks like you got a few of them. Good. Yeah, it's a lightning round. It's hard. It's supposed to be hard. Not supposed to be easy. You guys ready to do round 2? All right, now. Most of you know the rules. The robots do the pinning around here. That means you guys have to do the guessing. And I am the one who gives the clues. Now, this is a cool category. Top 20 time travel movies or TV series. Could be a movie, could be a TV series. It's about time travel. Time travel. Nice theme, huh? All right, let's start with number 20. Good luck. Some of these might be hard. A World War II naval project goes very, very sideways. Legend says the ship vanished in one port and reappeared in another. Anybody know? No. Instead of a magic trick, it's treated like a military accident. Now remember, we're doing time travel, movies, or TV shows. You are correct, Eddie, but that's not the name of the show or the movie, I mean. Urban legend becomes sci-fi suspense at sea. You're onto it. The film helps cement the myth of the Montauk Project. Blending fact, rumor, and paranoia. And yes, I believe the ship was called the Eldridge. You are correct, Eddie. But who knows? So how about the Philadelphia experiment? Philadelphia experiment. That sound familiar? Yeah, it could have been the Montauk Project. Let's do 19. A troubled young man keeps journals that are more powerful than they look. Reading them let him relive key moments from his past. Every change he makes triggers devastating ripple effects. What begins as a second chance becomes a curse. Chaos Theory gets the emo treatment. The directors filmed multiple endings with the theatrical one considered the least bleak. Oh, so there were more bleak endings. A troubled young man. I can't remember who's in this. Ashton Kutcher, maybe. I think this might be Ashton Kutcher in this. 2004 was the year, and it was called The Butterfly Effect. Does that make sense to anybody? Nobody saw it. I don't think it did that well. The Butterfly Effect. All right. Hopefully they get easier. We'll see. There we go. Time travel. They're all about time travel, okay? Number 18. A Victorian novelist builds a time machine for real. I think this is the movie, 1979. When Jack the Ripper steals it, things escalate fast. The chase lands in 1979 San Francisco, not Victorian London. Romance softens the suspense. H.G. Wells versus a serial killer is the log line. I think you're onto it. That's not quite right. It's not. This was not called The Time Machine. Malcolm McDowell as Wells and Mary Steenburgen met on set, and they later got married. Didn't that Mary Steenburgen marry almost everybody in Hollywood? That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm wrong. This was called Time After Time. Time After Time. Anybody remember that? 1979? Time After Time. All right, let's get a little more modern. Next one's 2011. I do believe it's a movie as well. A soldier wakes up in someone else's body on a Chicago commuter train. The train explodes again and again. Again and again. He has 8 minutes each time to try to piece together the truth. It sounds like it's it's the one with the... Yeah. Anyway. The mystery mixes terrorism, romance, and metaphysics. Deja vu becomes a job description. Sounds like the same storyline as the Puckatawny Phil or whatever that is the little animal that wakes up to see his shadow. No, it's got the same storyline. This is directed by Duncan Jones and also made the cult hit Moon. This guy made the movie Moon, so if nobody saw Moon, they probably didn't see this one either. Soldier wakes up in someone else's body on a Chicago commuter train. I think I've seen this. The train explodes over and over again. He has 8 minutes to figure it out. It's called The Source Code, 2011. Source Code. I think they get easier, particularly this next one. Now, I think you guys know this. Let's see who knows. Number 16, time travel shows. This one is a TV series. A World War II nurse suddenly finds herself in the 18th century Scotland. Clan politics, Jacobite uprising, and tartan everywhere. And of course, romance blooms between centuries and cultures. I think what got me to watch this show was pretty racist. There was some skin in this one. Sweeping landscapes match the equally sweeping melodrama. Time travel here is powered more by the standing stones than by machines. Oh, you guys have seen this. I know you have. This is based on the Diana Gall Balden's best-selling book series, TV series. 18th century Scotland. Romantic. Lots of skin. No? Nobody remembers. Oh, so if you haven't seen this series, I actually recommend it. It's actually pretty cool. It's called Outlander. Outlander. Sound familiar? Maybe? There she is. Outlander. Okay, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Pretty good. You learn something every day on whatever my show's called. Dave's Curiosity Corner. All right, so I've seen this answer on the board tonight. This is all the way back to 1960. A Victorian scientist decides clocks are too slow. His homemade contraption moves him through the ages. He witnesses nuclear war and far off Marlocks, must be the future, stop motion, and matte paintings do all the heavy lifting from 1960. It's the movie that made something a household term. So see the answer on the board. Yes, Sandy. Correct. The movie is called The Time Machine, and this is the movie that made that term, time machine, a household term. George Powell's adaptation actually won an Oscar for visual effects. 1960. There you go. The Time Machine. I have seen this movie. It's been a while. I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's almost the basis for that whole steampunk thing, right? Isn't it? I mean, I think I'm not wrong about that. I think it set some of the style for steampunk. Yeah. All right. Number 14. Oh, this one's cool. This is a TV series. I used to love this TV series. It was only on for 2 years. Two American scientists get stuck in a government experiment. Instead of staying put, they ricochet back and forth across history. 1 week, it's the Titanic. The next week, it's the Battle of the Little Bighorn. That was what was so cool. The tunnel spits them out into cliffhanger after cliffhanger. Yes, it does. Eddie! Pretty good. You remember this one. You probably used to sit there with Wally and the Beeve and watch this one. What was Wally and the Beeve's mom's name? I can't remember. History class meets pulp cereal. Creator Irwin Allen also produced Lost in Space and Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. So this was the precursor to Lost in Space, another classic. And Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. You guys remember those two? Nice, huh? The Time Tunnel. The Time Tunnel. It was cool. Yeah. I loved that one. In fact, that's probably the inspiration for this whole theme, this whole category. All right. I like this movie too. Number 13. I don't know if Brad's still in the house, but Brad and I used to talk about this one quite a bit. Archaeology turns out to be a high-risk job. A group of researchers travels back to medieval France. Their mission is to rescue their professor from the 14th century. Swords, castles, and trebuchets complicate the plan. This is Michael Crichton's novel. Gets a big screen time warp. That's Michael Crichton, right? You know who that is? He does all kinds of sci-fi stories. Yeah. Gerard Butler stars before he was big. This is well before 300. No idea. If you haven't, okay. So if you haven't seen this movie, this is pretty darn good, and it's a nice treatment of the whole time machine theme. Excuse me, this is called Timeline from 2003, and it was Michael Crichton's story. Yeah, really good. Excellent. Now remember, we are counting down the top 20 time travel movies or shows. Okay, now I've seen this movie. I tell you what, I did not understand a bit of this movie. Time travel does that. Time doesn't just move forward here, it runs backwards also. Forwards and backwards at the same time. Bullets fly back into guns. Fires freeze, cause follows effect. A spy thriller becomes a temporal puzzle box. That's what it is, a temporal puzzle. John David Washington and Robert Pattinson play the leads. Confused? That's by design. Now this is Christopher Nolan did the direction on this. He used practical effects for most of the inverted stunts. So if you haven't seen this one, it's pretty weird. It's a lot of visual effects and it's like time running backwards. So it's like we said, bullets going back into guns and lots of wild visual effects. This is from 2020. It's called Tenet. Tenet. T-E-N-E-T. I'm not sure I'm going to recommend Tenet, but if you run across it, it's about time travel. So there you go. I think most of you know this. This is 2014. And this is Mr. Tom Cruise is bad at combat until he dies over and over again. Every time he falls, the day resets on the battlefield. Emily Blunt becomes his mentor and equal in arms. Alien invaders add high stakes to the loop. So this is another Groundhog Day one, right? It's like Groundhog Day with exosuits and explosions. Yeah, they all wear exosuits. Pretty cool. You know what an exosuit is? It's like you wear a robot, kind of like, Avatar has the big exosuit. The film's tagline, "Live, Die, Repeat," became so iconic it overshadowed the title. All right. Now, did anybody remember this one? What's the name of this one? Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt. Live, Die, Repeat. Exosuits. I think I'd recommend this one. Anybody remember? Nobody remembers these time travel shows. This is Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow. Check that one out. All right. Now, this next one is a little more niche. It's a cult film, and it's a teenager sees visions of a man in a creepy rabbit suit. A countdown to catastrophe appears in glowing numbers. Time portals and tangent universes complicate suburban life. This film mixes science fiction with teenage angst. Great, nice combo. Cult classic status came quickly. The bunny ears were included. The soundtrack featuring Echo and the Bunnyman appropriately became as iconic as the film. Oh, you know this one, Sandy. Very good. You are correct. Donnie Darko. Who is the lead actor in this? He went on to do lots more. He was very young in this. I forget. Donnie Darko. Do you remember the lead actor of this? I can't remember. He went on to become quite famous. Anyway, okay. It was about time travel, apparently. Yeah, Jake. Exactly. You didn't want to try to spell his last name, did you? Gyllenhaal? Right. I have that right. Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Time travel shows. This is number 9. And we need our, I think we need our British people on this one. We got any of our Brits in the house because I think this might be a British series. A small German town hides a very big secret, or a German. Do we have any Germans in the house? Disappearances reveal wormholes in caves. 4 families are entangled across multiple eras. Well, that sounds interesting. Fate, free will, and paradoxes weave together. Complex haunting and meticulously plotted. This is widely hailed as one of Netflix's best original series ideas. So there's the guy, there's the kid. This is from 2017 to 2020. A small German town hides a very big secret. Wormholes in caves. Anybody remember? I think it was a European series, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's in the German language. Although that could have been an obstacle to watching it. This was called Dark, and it is a TV series on Netflix, and it ran from 2017 to 2020. Dark. Apparently it's about time travel. So there you go. The only one on the list that, I couldn't relate to at all. And apparently you couldn't either. So there you go. All right, we're down to number 8. I think you know this one, though. This one actually had 2 series runs. This one's been a series forever in different versions. A police box in London. A police box. Anybody know what a police box is much bigger on the inside. A Time Lord travels with human companions. Aliens, monsters, and moral dilemmas abound. The Doctor regenerates instead of retiring. This is the longest running time travel franchise on television. The Doctor's in the house. And this one's appropriate for you, it seems like. I'm glad you were able to get that one. Yeah. Doctor Who, What, and Where. Doctor Who ran from 63 to 89, and then again from 2005 until the present. The Daleks exterminate became a pop culture catchphrase. Alex is in the house. What's going on, Alex? Good to see you. Good to see you. Now, I think everybody's going to know the next one. Remember, we're doing things that deal with time travel, okay? Shows that deal with time travel. These guys boldly go... they boldly go places. Crew members get slingshotted around the sun or trapped into loops. Temporal paradoxes fuel episodes and sometimes entire films. Yeah. This is the Star Trek franchise. So they did both a series, or mini-series, series, CRI. What's the plural of series? Series, I guess. Not CRI. Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, remains the fan favorite. Save the Whales, time travel wrong. Save the Whales, time travel wrong. Well, this is the original here. Look at that. There they are. They have the cool outfits. Nice colors. 1960s. Little mid-century look. Star Trek franchise ran from 1966 all the way up to the present. Are they making a new? Does anybody know? Are they making a new Star Trek? Anybody? They got anything in the can? Or in the works? Either way. Maybe it'll be an AI. I think we have some new storylines. All right, top six. Time for the top six. Now, once again, we are doing shows or movies that deal with time travel. Number six, a teenager gets stuck in the past thanks to a DeLorean and a flux capacitor. The flux capacitor. He must make sure his parents actually fall in love. Quite the storyline, right? Quite the complicated storyline. The sequels add hoverboards, almanacs, and Western shootout. I could have done without the Western part. Okay, everybody's gonna know this one. Dr. Eddie, very good. Christopher Lloyd cements Great Scott into popular culture. Great Scott! The definitive fun time travel series. It's pretty complicated, right? When what's the buddy that gets the almanac and starts making bets, and then he becomes the richest man in the world, and it's a dystopian future. That's funny. That's funny. It's not Eddie Haskell, although, it's an Eddie Haskell-like character. What's that guy's name? Like the bad character. The bad boy. Gets the almanac and becomes the richest man in the world. That is a dark one, that. Is that the second one or third one? Oh, that's a dark world. Biff. Thank you, Doctor. That damn Biff. Unbelievable. Okay, I like this movie. This movie is pretty cool. And I guess this became a TV series that I don't think I ever saw the TV series. So I have something to watch. A prisoner is sent back in time to stop a plague. The apocalypse looms unless he can change history. Now, this is Mr. Bruce Willis. And he stars with Brad Pitt in a scene-stealing role. Yes, Brad is quite the crazy guy. The TV series expands the mythology with tangled timelines. Yeah, it gets pretty tangled, right? Correct, Doctor. Doom and Destiny clash in every version. Yes, they do. Director Terry Gilliam used his trademark surreal visuals to amplify the dread. Yeah, pretty cool movie, right? Some of it was kind of dystopian, right? It was pretty cool. Alex, what's going on, man? Sandy, 12 Monkeys. 12 Monkeys. Did you like the movie? Brad Pitt plays a crazy guy so well. Yeah. 12 Monkeys. Both a movie from 1995 and a TV series from 2015 to 2018. There it is. 12 Monkeys. Bruce Willis. Damn. It's him. All right. Top four. Let's do it. All right. Very popular, this next one. Not on my top list. I don't know why. I never get into these comic series ones. After half the universe vanishes, the Avengers need a miracle. That miracle is, of course, time travel. The miracle. Heroes revisit their greatest hits to steal Infinity Stones. Oh, now I get the movie. I didn't get that whole thing. That's why I didn't like it. I didn't get it. Emotional reunions mixed with comic book spectacle. Yes. You have the entire correct answer. There is a colon after Avengers, though, Doctor. Just in case you were interested. It's the ultimate Marvel victory lap through time. The film became the highest grossing movie of all time. Did you know that? Until Avatar. 2019. Avatar actually reclaimed the spot. There you go. Avengers Endgame is correct. Okay, that means we're down to the top 3 time travel movies or television shows of all time. I bet you can name them without even me showing you nothing. Now, we've alluded to this one a couple times. A cranky weatherman is doomed to repeat February 2nd. At first, he exploits it, and later he despairs. Finally, he learns, grows, and loves. Comedy turns into philosophy through repetition. Every time loop since owes it a death. So every time loop since owes it a death. So this was the first time loop. But you're correct. Dr. Sandy. Any guesses as to what year this was that they made this movie? It was kind of funny, right? Because at first he was trying to get with the girl, right? So he tried to use the repeat to get with the girl. None of that ever worked out. Groundhog Day is correct. Groundhog Day. Bill Murray. And what was her name? I can't remember. The actress. She's got a boy's name. Andy McDowell. Andy McDowell. The film was so influential that Groundhog Day is shorthand for repetition in real life. That's right. We use that term nowadays, don't we? Groundhog. Is that a groundhog, Alice? All right, let's do the top 2. Here we go. Time travel. Space exploration meets relativity's strangest effects. A father leaves Earth to find a new home for humanity. Black holes and time dilation stretch emotions as well as physics. Love and gravity intertwine in the climax. It's both a blockbuster and a tear-jerker. Yes, it is. It's about time travel in a weird way, right? It's a cool movie. Physicist Kip Thorne consulted, ensuring the black hole visuals were scientifically accurate. All right, you guys know. That's right. Dr. Eddie. Interstellar is correct. Who's the star? Who remembers who's the star of Interstellar 2014? Who starred in this movie? Who is that right there? Alrighty, all right. Thelma Bullock. I don't even know if Thelma Bullock's in it. Is she? Matthew McConaughey is, of course, correct. All right, top time travel movie. Or movies, in this case. Movies. A killer cyborg arrives from the future with one mission: protecting or destroying John Connor. I'll be back became the saga's eternal catchphrase. So, P2, okay, that's kind of Terminator, Terminator. Terminator franchise is the correct full answer. You guys know. Explosive action masks deeper questions of fate versus free will. And it's quite the AI prediction, right? Look at our world today, and are we afraid of the Terminator? I think we should be. Few franchises have defined time travel cinema more. James Cameron's original vision launched both Schwarzenegger's career and a cultural juggernaut. Yeah, it was quite the franchise, right? Terminator franchise. Are they going to make a new one, maybe? I don't know. Have they made any new ones lately? Hasta la vista, baby. Alex, you are correct. Very good. All right, you guys did pretty well considering that was a little bit harder than we thought it might be. There were a couple odd ones in the list. All right, you guys want to do a lightning round? I don't care if you want to or not. We're going to do a lightning round as a quick intermission for me. We are going to do famous comedy duos. So this could be from movies or TV series probably, but comedy duos, famous. And it's lightning round, so you're going to do 20 in less than 2 minutes. You ready? All righty. Well, you guys did pretty well at that. I think between the team, you got most of them. Maybe we just needed the British guys to take care of a couple of those British ones. Anyway, so we've got a third round. We do all new third round, and it's going to be a little easier, I think. We are going to look at Deadliest Sea Creatures. Deadliest Sea Creatures. Now you know the rules. Robots pay, you guess. I give the clues. And we are going to look at the top 20 deadliest sea creatures. Maybe a couple surprises. Let's see. Might surprise you with one or two. All right. These are not characters. These are actually the animals. Sleek and silver, this fish looks like a missile with teeth. Oh, that's not it. Hang on. The robots have run afoul. Let's try again. User error. That was user error. Okay, you know the rules. Robots paint, you guess, and I'm the one who gives the clues. And it looks like we got the right one now. Top 20 deadliest Sea Creatures. Deadliest Sea Creatures. Here we go. All right. Sleek and silver, this fish looks like a missile with teeth. It can accelerate faster than most prey even realize. Attacks on humans are uncommon, but terrifyingly quick. You are correct. So, have you ever been snorkeling with barracudas around? I definitely have. They have them in Hawaii. When you go snorkeling in Hawaii? Yeah. I never knew that they attacked people. The bite is more shredding than nibbling. Great. Divers often say, don't wear shiny jewelry around them. Like you see your wife or girlfriend with her jewelry snorkeling next to you. Sounds sketchy. You are correct. Barracuda. With torpedo-shaped bodies allow them to reach bursts of 25 miles per hour. Oh, that's right. Heart. Barracuda. What's her name? Ann Wilson? Yeah. Or is that the other one? That's the other one, right? Canadian sisters. All right. Number 19. These guys glide gracefully, but carry one of the deadliest venoms on Earth. Now, once again, I've seen these guys in Hawaii. I didn't know they had venom. Some species pack enough toxin to kill multiple people with a single bite. Ann and Nancy, yes. They usually avoid conflict, preferring to slip away. That's fortunate. Fishermen are the most common victims when these reptiles get tangled in nets. Well, yeah. So I've gotten a snake tangled in a net in my backyard, and I don't want to mess with that. Yeah. They get mad when they're tangled in nets. Have you ever noticed that? Snakes are mad when they're tangled in a net. They remind us that not all deadly snakes slither on land. Despite their power, they can't move well on beaches and are very awkward out of the water. Well, so get out of the water, I guess, is the rule there. I guess the answer is just sea snakes. Sea snakes. Pretty simple. Yeah. Sea snakes. There they are. Venomous critters. Watch out. All right, Alex and Sandy. I think you knew this next one. These creatures lurk in shadows, in reef crevices. Yeah, be careful when you're going down in the crevices. They're not venomous, but their bite is deep and bacteria rich. So I don't think these are the electric ones. These ones just have the teeth. Their jaws can snap shut in a split second. Divers often mistake their open mouths as aggression. They're just breathing. Yes. Yeah, looks like you guys all know this one. Yeah. Moray eel, as opposed to electric eel. So electric eel is different, or are morays electric as well? I don't know the answer to that. Startling one could end your snorkeling day badly. Morays have a second set of jaws, making them alien-like hunters. So kind of like Alien, they have an inside set of teeth and jaws. Great. I didn't need to know that part. Yeah. Who wants to? Yeah. They're everywhere though. They're they're all over the place. Morays, California, bunch of them. Hawaii, everywhere. Probably down here in Florida. Who knows? Deadliest Sea Creatures. Now this one surprised me. Number 17. Known to kids as Dory, but don't let the cartoon fool you. I didn't know the dark side of Dory. Near the tail are scalpel-like spines capable of slicing flesh. Some species deliver venom along with the cut. Oh my God. Dory. They're herbivores, but they do defend themselves with surgical precision. That's the key clue. Surgical precision. An aquarium favorite can actually land you in the emergency room. The bright colors are a warning sign in nature's language. All right, so not the clownfish. The clownfish was Dory's buddy. This is actually Dory. The clownfish was Dory's buddy. But this is the dangerous one. It has two names. There's kind of like an aquarium name, and then a more formal name that I gave you the key clue for is, what was the key clue? With surgical precision. So they're known as blue tang. Blue tang, does that sound familiar? Blue tang or surgeon fish. Surgeon fish. Learn something every day on Dave's Curiosity Corner. How about that? Who knew? Not me. All right, number 16. Here we go. Beautiful, almost floral in appearance, but painfully deceptive. I don't know if Brad's in the house. Brad's in the house? I think Brad might have had a run-in with one of these one time. I kind of remember Brad having a run-in. Its spines inject venom that causes severe pain and paralysis. Collectors once prized them for their symmetry until the stings came. Some cases report victims passing out within minutes. Oh, I think Brad stepped on one time. I do. Good thing he was a young man. One of the ocean's most toxic urchins hides in plain sight. So, did you know these guys were poisonous? This is known as a flower urchin. Flower urchin. National Geographic once named it the most dangerous sea urchin in the world. The flower urchin. How beautiful. There you go. All right, now this one surprised me. Number 15. I guess they're all surprising. This seashell hides more danger than beauty. Its harpoon-like tooth strikes faster than the blink of an eye. Venom cocktails target the nervous system, sometimes fatally. There is no known anti-venom. Collectors risk holding a cigarette snail. So called because its sting can kill in the time it takes to smoke a cigarette. It has another name. It's not just the cigarette snail. It's the killer snail. Yes, it is. But it has another name. Its sting can kill in the time it takes to smoke a cigarette. Scientists are studying its toxins for potential painkillers. Yeah, I guess so. And it has a tooth, a single tooth, called a cone snail. Cone, C-O-N-E. Cone snail. Stay away from those guys. Ooh, no, thank you. Look at him go. Fast for a snail. All right, 14. All right. Graceful and harmless looking as they glide over sandbars, but their tails conceal a serrated, venomous barb. A startled sting can deliver deep wounds. Their reputation changed forever after a tragic 2006 accident involving. Okay, who got killed by a stingray? Anybody know? Who's the victim? Yeah, it is a stingray. The ocean's flat shark. It's mostly peaceful, but not to be underestimated. Ancient cultures used stingray barbs as weapons. Yeah, crikey. Crocodile hunter. Was he the crocodile hunter? I don't know. Steve Irwin is correct. Yes. Stingray. Yeah. I guess we kind of knew that they were bad. All right. I lost my clues for a second, but we'll get them back. Here we go. All right. Well, you know this guy. The poster child for apex predators of the sea. Rarely interested in humans, but mistaken identity does happen. Yeah, mistaken identity. We don't want that. When they do strike, it's with bone-crunching force. Their teeth are serrated, designed to saw through flesh. Who's this guy look like? Yes, Eddie! Eddie Haskell knows not to go in the water. This is not the killer whale. This is indeed the great white shark. Jaws made them famous, but science made them feared and respected. Great whites can detect a drop of blood in 25 gallons of water. We could do the calculation on that. So they can smell blood pretty good. Great white shark. There he is. Yeah. Anybody see Jaws when it came back out to theaters? I didn't see it. I don't know if I did. Anybody see it when it came back through? Supposedly they remastered it and everything, dressed it up. Anyway, now this one's surprising and scary. Cute spots disguise a ferocious predator. In Antarctica, these seals top the food chain. They hunt penguins with shocking efficiency. Researchers have documented them dragging humans underwater. No. Say it ain't so. Their big eyes are deceptive. This is no cuddly cartoon. Not an elephant seal. It's got spots. That's a good clue. These seals are known to play with their food, passing prey between them. Bastards. Yes, Dr. Leopard seals. I know. Scary, huh? No thanks. Who knew? Who knew? Are there lion seals too? I didn't even know there were lion seals. That sounds even scarier. A rabbit seal. These are not the rabbit seal. This is the leopard seal. That's scary. I know. All right, now I think I've definitely had run-ins with these guys. And this is actually not a single creature, but a colony of organisms living as one, living in harmony. I didn't know that. Its long, trailing tentacles can deliver agonizing venom. Victims describe burning pain like fire on skin. In rare cases, the things can be fatal. Often mistaken for a jellyfish, but technically, it's not a jellyfish. It's a siphonophore. 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 Their translucent sails let them drift with ocean winds for miles. Eddie knows. You been stung by one, Eddie? Doctor, I think you had that one too. It is the Portuguese man of war. Yeah, there he is. Okay. Who knows what to do when you get a jellyfish sting or a man of war sting? What do you do? You're on the beach. How do you treat that thing? We'll come back to that. Number 10. Now, this one is actually nicknamed the garbage can of the sea because it will eat anything. License plates, tires, arms, legs. It's responsible for many of the shark attacks, second only to the great whites. Its striped patterns fade as they grow, but the danger does not fade. They cruise coasts worldwide, stealthy and opportunistic. Yeah, okay. They cruise coasts worldwide. Hawaiian culture regards the tiger shark as protectors of the sea despite their reputation. Hang on to that one, Eddie. Those are nasty too. We got 3 sharks on the list. This is not a dolphin. This is a tiger shark. Garbage can of the sea. Because they'll eat anything. It is. I guess these guys do a lot of the Hawaii attacks. Tiger sharks. Yeah. No thanks. I'm staying out of the water over there. They got everything. Barracudas, morays, tiger sharks. No thanks. Blue tangs. Who knew about the dory? That's sketchy. All right, number 9. I think we kind of, I've heard of this one now. This fish looks like a rock, but it's booby-trapped with venom. Its dorsal spines deliver toxins that can cause tissue death. Stepping on one of these barefoot is a nightmare scenario. Without immediate treatment, victims can suffer heart failure. Yeah, I know. Anybody had a run-in with a stonefish? I guess you're here. So you haven't. Eddie, yeah, so I guess you haven't had a run-in. You're here. Often called the most venomous fish in the world. They can survive out of water for up to 24 hours, lurking in tide pools like landmines. Oh, great. Now, who did that? So they're just lying around on the rock, and you can step on one. They can survive for 24 hours out of water. Holy smoke. Stonefish. Yeah. Oh, scary. All right, now this is a certain type. So I don't know if anybody actually knows this one. This one might be hard. Tentacles stretch meters long, each laced with deadly venom. So this is the one with the deadly venom tentacles. Contact can cause cardiac arrest in minutes. It's found in Australian and Indo-Pacific waters. Well, so you got to go looking for it. They haunt swimmers. At first I thought it said they hunt swimmers. They don't hunt swimmers, they haunt swimmers. Victims may not even see them before it's too late. The translucent bodies hide lethal intent. Well, so it is a jellyfish, but it is a particular jellyfish that is the deadly venom. Their translucent bodies hide lethal intent. Vinegar can neutralize unfired stingers, making it a life-saving first aid on beaches. Jelly belly fish is incorrect, doctor. So once again, vinegar can help. So what's the surfer solution to jellyfish stings on the beach? Anybody know? This is the box jellyfish, in case you're wondering. Box jellyfish. Box jellyfish. So yes, what surfers do is they pee on each other. Urine is supposed to take the sting away. So if you see a surfer peeing on another surfer, it may be a jellyfish sting. It may be something else, but it may be a jellyfish sting. All right, number 7. Who's this guy? Largest reptile alive. Largest reptile alive. And perfectly at home in coastal waters. Stealthy ambush is its favorite tactic. Its bite force is the strongest of any living animal. Okay, Eddie, it is a crocodile. But what's the beginning of it? It's something crocodile. It's not an alligator, Alex. Alligators are in freshwater. This guy's in the... You go in the water like in Costa Rica. You gotta watch for these guys. Especially around rivers and stuff. Anybody know what kind of crocodile this is? Unlike sharks, it actively hunts humans as prey. So sharks don't actually hunt humans, they just run across them. These guys actually hunt humans. Well, sea croc, okay. Close. Saltwater crocodile. Saltwater crocodile. Yeah, they hunt humans. Nice. I don't think I'm going to Costa Rica now. I used to think, Pura Vida, right? Living the life. Yeah. Okay. All right, now you got to get the whole name correct on this one. It's a certain type of something that we all know. And it fits in the palm of your hand. It's a small little guy. But it is lethal beyond measure. beyond measure. Venom can paralyze and stop breathing within minutes. There's no antidote for this guy. Only supportive care can soothe you. Those shimmering blue rings are a warning signal. Beachcombers risk more danger than divers with this one. Well, once again, this is like in the tide pools and stuff. Christina, what's going on? It is an octopus, but it is a certain type of octopus. A little guy. It's fit in your hand almost. Lives in the tide pool. Despite their power, they're shy and rarely aggressive unless, of course, you do put one in your hand. Yes, Doctor, you're very close. You're very close. It is the blue-ringed octopus. The blue-ringed octopus. Very close to the blue ball octopus. I think they're cousins. Yes. Kissing cousins. Number 5. Top five deadliest animals in the ocean. I think everybody knows this one. Free Willy, sleek black and white, and terrifyingly intelligent. Terrifyingly intelligent. These apex predators coordinate hunts like wolf packs. In the wild, attacks on humans are rare, but we've seen what happens at SeaWorld. Correct. You are correct. Christina, Dagger. But what is the... Yes, Christina has the other name. The more precise name. The Latin name. The ocean's smartest predator wears a tuxedo. Yes, he does. This is indeed the orca, or the killer whale. Orcas use unique dialects, with pods speaking different languages. So the different pods speak different languages. How interesting. That's how they know. Yeah, sea wolves. I know. Orcas. They're number 5 on the top 5. Who could be more deadly than that guy? Well, there's 4 that are on the list, according to the robots, that are more deadly. All right, here we go. Number 4. They play with you a little bit, huh? Okay. All right, also known as red devils for their flashing colors and aggression. They can grow up to 6 feet and travel in swarms. Divers report being attacked by multiple of these guys at once. Their sharp beaks and tentacles are formidable weapons. Yeah, it is a certain type of squid. So this is a squid, and it is kind of a giant squid because it's 6 feet. These cephalopods make the deep ocean feel hostile. They communicate with chromophone light shows across their skin. Chromatophore. Giant shrimp. Yeah, kind of looks like a shrimp. This is a certain type of squid. Anybody know? Supposedly these are the main ones. And it's a town in Northern California. It's a college in Northern California. Anybody know? It is the Humboldt squid. They're really good for cannabis as well. The Humboldt cannabis and the Humboldt squid. Both from Northern California. All right, top 3. Here we go. I think you know this guy. Ornate fins make him one of the most beautiful invaders. Venomous spines make it one of the most powerful, too. Its sting can cause nausea, dizziness, and paralysis. It is native to the Indo-Pacific, but now spreading in the Caribbean. But when it gets to the Caribbean, we don't want it here. You guys been to the Caribbean? Yeah, I'm closer. I'm in South Carolina, so I'm closer to the Caribbean. Why is it spread to the Caribbean? Divers fear them not for sport, but to save the reef. So they eat the reef. These fish can lay up to 30,000 eggs every 4 days. A very invasive species. Oh, you are correct, Christina. You are correct. Sorry, I missed you had the answer very early there. you know your deadly sea creatures. This is the lionfish. You are correct. Yeah, there he is. Florida. Ooh, yeah, no thanks. All right, top two. Let's go back to one of our shark buddies. What do you think is the top deadly shark? It's stocky, it's aggressive, and it's very willing to swim upriver. It's found in both saltwater and freshwater. That makes it scary. It's known for attacking in shallow, murky waters where people swim. This one's not the tiger shark. We did the tiger shark. Eddie knows. Eddie Haskell. Reef shark. No, it's the bull shark. Bull shark. Pound for pound, it is the most dangerous shark to humans. I don't know exactly what that means, but pound for pound. It's responsible for more near-shore attacks than any other shark. They've been found swimming thousands of miles inland in rivers like the Amazon and the Mississippi. Great! So, there's another reason not to swim in the Mississippi. I thought pollution was probably the number one reason not to swim in the Mississippi, but turns out it's bull sharks. Stocky and aggressive. Yeah, bull shark. Yeah. There he is. Kind of looks like a bull. A little bit. Kind of, sort of. Not really. Now, what do you think is the most deadly sea creature? Kind of a trick game. The deadliest sea creature doesn't even breathe underwater. Overfishing has collapsed ecosystems worldwide. Plastic waste chokes countless marine species. Climate change and acidification are reshaping the ocean. No predator matches our destructive reach. Yes. Yes, of course. The human is the deadliest sea creature. We are both the ocean's greatest threat and its only potential savior. So the robots got a little preachy there with that one. But, they have a point. I think pound for pound, certainly we are the most deadly sea creature. I think you could go to a lot of species and we'd be the ones that got them the most. Yeah. Don't pee in the pool, but do pee on the jellyfish sting. The pee helps the jellyfish sting. If you took away one thing from tonight's show, if you get a jellyfish sting, have somebody pee on you. Okay? That's the one thing to take away. Well, we did reach the end. We've done 3 rounds. We've done a long time. We've done a lot of stuff. Really appreciate everybody being here tonight. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. And I do have a show on Wednesday. It'll be a little different. We're going to have some different categories. We're going to have 4 rounds, a little quicker, a little different, but we'll finish off with the trivia round, much like this one. Thank you. I appreciate the interesting graphics. Yes, I'm pretty sure there's no one else anywhere on the internet in the damn world doing what I'm doing. So there you go. Hopefully you feel special. I know, I often feel very special in a certain way. Anyway, so thank you guys again. And Wednesday night, let me show you. Let me pull up the Wednesday night deal here. There we go. So Dave's Curiosity Corner live Wednesday, except it's 9 whatever Wednesday is, 24, 9/24, 7 p.m. We'll do some stuff about AI and robotics. We'll do some CIA stuff. We'll do the 20 greatest threats to humanity. What are the 20 things that could destroy our world? And then we will do the trivia club, and we'll do natural wonders as our trivia round. So anyway, hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday at the same time. If not, we'll do it again next Sunday. And I'll leave you with a compilation video of all the rounds we played tonight and say goodnight. So again, thank you very much. Appreciate it.